Hi guys, Camilla here and welcome to another Happy Little Stampers video. Today I would like to share with you this cool and easy technique of creating watercolor background using distress inks. First, I'm starting out with some dies from Memory Box. It's a cross-stitched frame dies to cut out my panel, and I'm using some Canson student grade watercolor cardstock. And now I can start on my background. I'm using 3 distress inks: mustard seed, carved pumpkin, and festive berries. And as you can see, I have a piece of cardstock which is laminated as my palette. And now I'm squishing my ink pads onto the palette and spraying it with my little spritzer. And I also sprayed my piece of cardstock for the color to move around a little easier. And just so that colors don't blend all the time, like for example this red with yellow here, I go in with my heating tool to dry my colors. That way, if I apply yellow next to the dry red, they won't blend into another orange. And basically what I will be doing here, I wanted to color the whole panel. I will not leave any of the white. And I'm just gonna keep adding more color and spritzing it with water to kind of create a messy, kind of a controlled messy background. And after my watercolor piece was dry, I took again a festive berry, squished it onto my palette, picked up the color with my paintbrush, and I added some droplets onto my background. I thought that it was really cool to add a little bit more interest. And now I'm taking a re-inker. This is a Memento wedding dress white re-inker, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water to that and also add some droplets onto my background. And this is how the finished background looks like. And now I'm gonna add a few colorful contrasting butterflies to my warm background. I stamped the images using VersaFine Black Onyx ink, and I heat embossed them using clear embossing powder. And now I'm using Stabilo 68 pens to color the butterflies. I'm using some blues and greens because I thought they would go nicely contrasting against the warm reds, oranges and yellows. And I'm basically blending the 3 colors on each butterfly. They blend really nicely because I used some watercolor cardstock, and these markers blend nicely on thick watercolor cardstock. Even though this one is not the thickest of them all, this is just 250 gram, they still go on the paper really nicely and blend together perfectly. After I colored my butterflies, I used my scissors to fussy cut them close to the edge, but I skipped the antennas because later on I will be stamping the images on my background and adhering my butterflies on top, so antennas will be visible on the stamped image underneath. And now for the sentiment, I am using the Happy Birthday sentiment from Doodled Flowers, a Happy Little Stampers stamp set, and I'm gonna stamp it using VersaFine Black Onyx ink in the middle of my panel. Alright, and now I'm gonna stamp my butterflies. I'm using a mouse pad for a better impression because I'm stamping on the watercolor cardstock. The impression is not always perfect. I'm using VersaFine Black Onyx ink once again, and I'm stamping out where I want my butterflies to be. And now I'm using Tombow monoliquid glue to adhere my butterflies. I am only adding the glue in the middle section of the butterfly because I don't want the wings to be adhered flat. I want them to have a little bit of dimension, as if the butterflies are real and they kind of sit on top of the paper. And now that my front panel is finished, I'm gonna work on my card base, and I'm using this navy blue card base cardstock. It looks a little green on the video, but trust me, it's blue. And I'm gonna use the pattern paper from Lawn Fawn, perfectly played. And I'm gonna use this beautiful pattern here, and I'm gonna adhere it on the whole surface of my front of my card base. I'm cutting out the excess. And now I'm just gonna add my front panel on top. I'm using some fun foam. I'm using the red one because that's what I had on hand. You won't be able to see it anyway. And so I'm gonna add the fun foam at the back of my front panel for a little bit of dimension. The particular fan foam I'm using has adhesive on one side, so to adhere it to my card base, I'm gonna use some double-sided tape. And that will finish up my card for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and got inspired. And I will see you again soon next month with a new card making video for happy little stampers. Have a great day. Bye!